Hello everybody, welcome to the Truth Seekers channel. Today I want to talk to you about Dumuzid or Dumuzi, later known by the alternate form Tammuz, is an ancient Mesopotamian god associated with shepherds, who was also the primary consort of the goddess Inanna, later known as Ishtar. In Sumerian mythology, Dumuzid's sister was Geshtinanna, the goddess of vegetation. In the Sumerian King List, Dumuzid is listed as an antediluvian king of the city of Bad-tibira and also an early king of the city of Uruk. Antediluvian means before the flood. Is a time period referred to in the Bible between the fall of the humans and the Genesis flood narrative in the biblical cosmology. The narrative takes up chapters 1 to 6 of the book of Genesis. And you cannot confuse Dumuzid the shepherd with Dumuzid the Fisherman, because Dumuzid the Fisherman, he ruled in a later period. Dumuzid, called the Fisherman, originally from Quara in Sumer, was the fourth king in the first dynasty of Uruk, and Gilgamesh's predecessor. According to the Sumerian King List, the King List also states that he single-handedly captured Baragezi. Let's see this King List. The King List says Dumuzid the shepherd, 10 sars. He ruled 36,000 years. 1 sar is 3600 years, and this king or god ruled 36,000 years. These are the gods from heaven. We have like Enki, Enlil, or Elil, and Anu, the father of the Enki and Enlil. And the father of Dumuzid was Enki. He was the youngest of one of the 6 sons of Enki, and he is being called Dumuzid or Dumuzi. And Dumuzi, in another website, the Mesopotamia.uk.co.uk, says Dumuzi is a shepherd god who represents the harvest season, but also became a god of the underworld. Thanks to the goddess Ishtar, he became the god of the underworld. So he was also like a dark god. Dumuzi was the husband of Ishtar. She decided to visit her sister Ereshkigal, queen of the underworld. Anybody who went to the underworld could not leave. Even gods had to stay there. Ishtar went through the 7 gates leading to the underworld and found that she couldn't escape. The other gods became worried when Ishtar didn't return. The god of wisdom Ea tricked Ereshkigal into returning Ishtar to life, but someone had to take her place in the underworld. Ishtar chose her husband, the shepherd Dumuzi. Demons carried him off to the underworld. However, he was allowed to spend half of the year on earth, and the other half he came back to the underworld. That is why he represents the yearly cycle of death and rebirth of the crops on earth. So, I found a book on the internet. This one is really fascinating about the demons and the underworld. It says, I'll show you the title later and who wrote it. Let's read this part about the dead gods. In Mesopotamia, although immortality was reserved for the gods, see Siduri, not all gods were immortal. A number of deities were regarded as dead, nor were heroes exempt from death. Only Ziusura Unapisti was granted eternal life, while others, including the partly divine Gilgamesh, would perish. Unlike mortal men, gods do not seem ever to have died of diseases, nor generally of the activities of demons. Although Dumuzi was seized by gallas, dead gods were usually those who had been slain. Seals of Akkadian period shows deities in battle, sometimes one slaying another. Like this image here, you see a god slaying another god. Okay, let me see, this is from the book Demons, an illustrated dictionary, God, Demons, and Symbols of Ancient Mesopotamia by Jeremy Black and Anthony Green. illustrated by Tessa Rickards. So it has some interesting passages about Dumuzi in this book. The most famous dead god of ancient Mesopotamia is Dumuzi. Since he was a shepherd god, the tradition of his death and rebirth was possibly an aetiological myths related to the passage of the seasons. So he was using symbolism. Dumuzi, so the shepherd god, they refer him as the shepherd god. And in a disputation with Enkimdu of Enkimdu, the god of irrigation and cultivation, Dumuzi represents the conflicting interests of the pastoralist. When Inanna visits the underworld and cannot return without a substitute to take her place, demons come to fetch her beloved young husband Dumuzi to replace her, and in this way Dumuzi died and became a god of the underworld. In the sacred marriage, in which Sumerian kings were ritually married to Inanna, the king was identified with Dumuzi. In another tradition, Dumuzi and Ningishida are represented as the gatekeepers of the heaven of Anu or An, ever to have died of disease or generally of the activities of demons, although Dumuzi was seized by gallas. So these demons were called gallas. I try to find some picture how they look like. You have like this is the Galu, and galla demons. It's hard to find a good picture of these galla demons, but if you believe in these ancient demonic myths and these demons, check out this book. It's really good. And yeah, Dumuzi became the god of the underworld. In the Sumerian Dumuzi, in Mesopotamian religion, the god of fertility, also a god of fertility, and he was embodying the powers of new life in nature in the spring. The name Tammuz seems to have been derived from the Akkadian form Tamuzi, based on early Sumerian Dumuzid. So he was also called Tammuz. And Dumuzid was in one of this poem. This is from Sitchin's Earth's Chronicle. The tablets tell that Ishtar, coming home from out of town, found her husband playing around. So I think Ishtar was married to Dumuzid, and she found he was banished to the lower world and stayed with Inanna's sister Ereshkigal. So he was playing around maybe with another woman, and his wife banished him to the underworld in this version. And her consort Nergal, Inanna later went to the Abzu to find him and make up. So she went back and found him and make up with him. That Inanna had gone to visit Dumuzi, the herder, in his faraway rural district, we know from a Sumerian text. So this was also like a love story between Dumuzi and his wife Ishtar, and or Inanna. So this is a very interesting deity from Sumer, one of the most important one, and I think later on people used him for other personage like Jesus or other important characters. Galu demons hauled unfortunate victims of the underworld. They were one of the 7 devils or the offsprings of hell. The hell is also called Arali, the underworld of Babylonian theology, that could be appeased by the sacrifice of lamb at their altars. The goddess Inanna was pursued by Galu demons after being escorted from the underworld by Galatura and Kuryara, an especially fierce Galu demon. The monstrous Asag was slain by Ninurta using the enchanted mace Sharur. Arali. Arali. So the demon gods. The underworld is also home of the dead gods of some demons who are described as the offspring of Arali and who issue from the underworld to bring tribulation to mankind. They bring tribulation to mankind. Let's see, what's tribulation? Meaning is cause of great trouble or suffering. These Galu gods brings suffering and trouble to mankind. So don't mess with these Gala demons. So that was about what I found about Dumuzi or Dumuzid, or also called Tammuz. Go check it out for yourself, see if you can find more about Dumuzid, and let me know what you think about this Sumerian god. Thank you for watching, and until next time.